How much had you been playing with Mikal at all, if at all, before this?
A couple times, only a couple times. So we were in the gym together a couple more than we played. So, but I mean, I know how he plays and knows how I play. So I mean, it's chemistry's still there.
What do you see as far as just getting away, coming down here, and just learning, about each other?
Yeah, it's good to get out and be somewhere where it's just us together, and use this time to kind of just create some more chemistry and understand each other, and just go day by day.
Does it take something away not having all the pieces here yet? Well, you guys wait for that logistics to happen with Carl?
I mean, it's always next man up, but obviously when everything's put together, we'll go from there. But I mean, we don't want to make excuses for anything if you don't have pieces or someone's not here or injuries down the line or whatever. We just want to go with what we have and then move forward in that aspect.
I covered Mikal a little bit from Brooklyn, and he just seamlessly fit in over there. What is it about his game that allows him to just adapt to wherever he is?
Yeah, he just wants to win. He's had that mindset since the day I met him. The only thing that's changed is how better he's learned to play. He's still the same person, still works really hard, and just a better person than he was when we first went together. So he's going to continue to grow.
Was there a moment, I guess, today where it kind of felt like you guys were kind of back and going over the three of you guys practicing together?
No. No, because usually Coach Wright was MFing us at some point. No, I didn't feel like it. No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Just as a friend of his, do you see? You guys used to joke about him longing to get, to New York, to see him get out of Brooklyn, a tough situation where it was a losing situation, and be a part of this. Do you see that in him, the kind of the excitement?
I mean, it's always new and exciting to go somewhere new, regardless of the situation or whatever. It may not have been a winning situation over there, but I saw him grow as a player. I think that's his most important individually. He was growing, and he was expanding his game and showing everyone what we can do. And yeah, I mean, his mindset doesn't change, and regardless of what situation he's in, but he just wants to win.
Can I ask you about Cat now, or are you still looking to wait?
You can ask me. Maybe I'll answer. Maybe I won't.
Have you thought about the pick and roll with him and what that might look like?
Yeah, I've thought about it. He's obviously a tremendous player in the league for 10 years now. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, he's going to be a great piece once he gets here and everything, and we'll go from there.
Sean, how well do you know him, or do you have a history with him from the area?
Not really. I moved out before I played high school basketball in Jersey, but I played against him in AAU like once or twice, and obviously of him. And Dad and Tibbs coaching with him in Minnesota for a little bit, so I got to know him a little bit. But I mean, he's a great guy. Works really hard from what I've heard and seen about him, and we'll just see when we get there.
To have a big that can shoot the way he does, I think it was 41% last year from three. Can that open things up for you guys?
I mean, yeah. Whenever you add shooting, it definitely opens up. It's just another weapon, and it's another opportunity for us to exploit our pros. I think for us, as long as we stick together and just focus on day by day, I mean, we'll be in a good place. I don't know. I'm not really a big team guy, so I don't know. But we'll figure something out. I think we have a lot of good guys on this team who will do whatever it takes to win. And so, I mean, once you have mindsets like that, I mean, our chemistry's going to grow regardless. But we'll do something. We'll get together, and I mean, that's what this trip is for. We're here just for ourselves.
Joe, what's it like? So you think different, subtle?
Say it again?
Did you notice anything different, even subtle difference with Tibbs from today as opposed to day one when you first played for 2 years ago?
Trying to answer this smartly. I think the biggest difference from here and now is that I've known Tibbs for a long time, since I was a kid. From the moment I played, from being a player under him, and seeing how he is day one versus now, I understand where he's coming from. I understand what his mindset is as an actual player, and so I don't see much of a difference. He brings the fire every single day. He wants us to be better. He's going to push us. He just wants to win. this is his life, and you know why he takes so much pride in this, because he's such a competitor.
As far as playing with Cal, I mean, obviously you know him from the past, but is that like all done, like you have to relearn him again in his game, or do you think you have a good understanding of how he wants it, where he wants it?
I know Mikhail, and obviously we played together a while ago. Like I said before, if you have the mindset you want to win, you'll do whatever it takes. You'll figure things out. And so it's not going to be as easy as people may think it would be, but I mean, we're going to work at it, and we know what we want to do, and that's just win as much as we can.
With you and Cat and Mikhail, I mean, as three dynamic offensive players, how good do you think this offense can look with you guys out there on the floor at the same time?
I mean, it can be very good. We're just going to have to wait and see once game one starts, but we're just going to continue to put the pieces together and just move on from there.
What you mentioned Mikhail improving, and I would imagine one thing you're talking about the stuff he's doing with the ball in his hands and showing that in Brooklyn. Was that stuff that you saw early on, not even just in college, but early on in his NBA career, that he was working on even when he wasn't asked to do it, and just being a guy that's been able to adapt to whatever the situation calls for him?
Yeah, I've always seen him work as hard as he did, like he was the best player on the team at all times. And it's you're working to be the best player you can be every time you step on the court. And but when you go out in the game, when you go out into practice, you understand your role, you understand the job that it has to be. So when he goes out there and does that, he does it to perfection. But when he works on his game, it's just him in the gym, he's working to be the best complete player he can be. That's just who he is.
Good day. Welcome to First Take exclusively on YouTube. We're going to continue the conversation from First Take on television, our live show right here for you guys at YouTube. Hey, Stephen A. The Warriors held their media day yesterday, and Draymond Green was back in the headlines. Draymond coming off a drama-filled season in which he was suspended twice. Now, despite this, he didn't shy away from this back and forth with a reporter. Take a listen.
You know people worry about you. Fans, maybe your teammates.
Why they worry about me?
Well,
I am a successful black man in America doing incredibly well. What's the worry
they
about
worry
me?
about you.
There are way more people in this world to worry about than me, that's for sure.
But we're here now. So
we're all here. I don't think you should worry about me.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty well. If you would have told me when I was 13 years old in Saginaw, Michigan, without a pot to piss in, that you'd be sitting here and somebody would say they're worried about you, I would have probably told them they were out of their mind. I'd be sitting here and they'd be worried about me.
Well, they're worried from themselves too. They want to know.
They don't feed.
They know the team needs you.
So why are they worried?
Because they know the team needs you.
But they don't feed
and
them.
They don't know if
their
you're going to be here.
doing this. I'm here. I've been here for 13 years now.
If you're going to be here every night.
Been here pretty much every night for 13 years.
What I'd love to know is who they is. Stephen A., what did you think of this exchange?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I was very uncomfortable with the question. I'm guessing, I did not see the reporter, didn't know his name, but I'm guessing it was a white man asking him that question. And I think that one of the things that rubs a lot of black people, particularly black men, the wrong way is when you come to them and you try to imply a problem is bigger than what it is, because they tend to get emotional. Like, for example, Molly, I'm screaming A, so I must be angry, but white folks get loud and all of that stuff, and they're passionate and they're energized. These are the kind of things that come along with us being black men. And I think that when you listen to Draymond Green, that's basically what he was saying to some degree. What are you talking about being worried about me? He's not breaking any laws. He's not in the streets running around. He's not conducting himself like an uncivilized human being or anything like that. Does he need to control himself when it comes to those suspensions? Sure, absolutely, because he's going to be a target for the referees because he's got to learn how to cool it down. That's fine. They were 11 games above 500 when he was on the court. They were 1 game below 500 when he was off the court. So that amounted to like a 12-game difference. I understand that. Well, you can legitimately argue that had he not gotten suspended, the Golden State Warriors would have been in the playoffs. But still in all, you got to be very, very careful when it comes to the verbiage that you approach a proud black man with, considering with the challenges everybody faces in our society, but particularly black men. This is why when Kevin Durant came out and said what he said about Draymond Green, when he said, I hope he gets the help that he needs and stuff like that, I went ballistic about that, because I was like, you don't bring that kind of attention to Draymond Green or anybody else, for that matter, unless you're sure about that. You don't make that kind of implication. And you're on the court, you're competing at a high level. People rely on your passion and your fire. You're the Golden State Warriors. You want him to remain under control enough not to get suspended, but you want that energy, that fervor, that passion, because it galvanizes the Golden State Warriors, and the proof is in the pudding because they won 4 championships over 8 years and went to the finals 6 times. And so because of it, evidently it worked for them to some degree. You can't turn around and then look at him and say, well, people are worried about you. What the hell does that mean? What are you trying to imply? Worried about what? Because it took on a greater connotation rather than just basketball. And that's what Draymond was saying, and I stand totally by him in that regard. I think it was wrong to phrase the question that way.
And I also feel like, Stephen A., it's the worst day you could ask it. Media day, the beginning of a brand new season. It's like, if you wanted to ask that in the midst of everything happening, but you're trying to start a new year fresh, I just feel like the timing is also off.
I won't go that far. What I mean, how you phrase the question matters. But if he had asked the question, well, Draymond, you were suspended twice last year. You realize those 2 suspensions arguably cost the Golden State Warriors a playoff berth. What have you learned from that? What should we expect to see from you differently this year than we saw last year so that doesn't happen? That's a fair question.
Yeah,
even
but it
on
wasn't
media
phrased that way.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. The way the question was phrased took on an entirely different connotation that I dare say was far more offensive.
Yep, exactly. Thanks for watching First Take exclusively for YouTube. Make sure to tune in weekdays on ESPN 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you tomorrow.